taking a bit of a hit for the team and buying the smoke, and the double flashbang could be used in any number of places. Right now, it looks like they're a bit conservative, just waiting for maybe a top mid push from Navi, expecting that could be happening, but it's not.
Some kind of mid action here. We have the flank coming in from Olafmeister and JW through underpass as well. So they were definitely hoping for somebody to be around window connector. And there it is, sure enough. Edward just checking on short. He is going to get some little bit of information here, and he gets run over by Dennis, who continues to shine in pistol rounds. This man is unbelievable in pistols. He just keeps getting headshots left and right.
And Edward, former champion himself of that kind of situation, if he had got the kill on one of those or both of those players, then that would have been the bomb dropped in the middle of a very awkward situation. JW waiting, Guardian trying to sneak his way in, looking for a shot close range, and he's just tapping away madly, taking down JW.
JW doesn't hit a single shot there.
Yeah.
What? When he gets the drop on him up close?
Trying to fight Agent Guardian.
Agent Guardian.
Dodging everything. Now here's the problem though. Look at the boost that's inside the bomb site. It's very unlikely they'll check this. That almost never happens, especially on the pistol round. So maybe Simple could go Super Saiyan here. It's going to be the quick execute on one. A second follow-up as well. Simple looking for more headshots. He's only got 7 bullets left, and Dennis is alone. And Simple will close out the round. All 3 headshots. And that's how you get started if you're Navi. What a sick boost. I mean, it's uncommon because a lot of the time it's really ineffective. It's sort of... Yeah, if you don't make it work for the first couple of shots, then you have nowhere to go. You're just going to get locked in, but that was beautiful.
If they run by without actually checking the corners, you know, that's what happens. And if you give a player like Simple that opportunity, you're going to be in for a pretty sad time. That's speaking of another player who is just absolutely unreal when it comes to major play. He even has a tag.
Well, my big point of criticism for Simple and not even so much Simple, but for how Navi use Simple is that he seems so restrained at times. There are whole games where it feels like he's just on a leash and they won't let go of him. That really frustrates me. I have a motto when Navi play: unleash Simple.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. It's like this is where we differ because at the same time, yes, you have a crazy star player. Either you build the entire team around him the way that Nico built Meus, and you literally just the whole unit works off of him. And if he fails, well, then you got nothing left because you've literally constructed the whole thing around him. Or you have to try and fit him in around the likes of Familia and Guardian and try and figure out how to make it so that he is not sucking all the oxygen out of the room because you still have crazy stars in those two.
I would say have the rest of Navi be like their own 4-man team, and then just let Simple just do his thing. Just don't disturb him. Just let him do crazy things.
Let him have freedom, right? I mean, that's how Titan used to be built around Kenny, for example. I mean, Navi around Guardian used to be the entire strategy on T side. Get Guardian into positions with the AWP for him to find picks.
Well, Fnatic themselves are a team that used to be modeled on something slightly similar. I mean, JW used to have freedom to go and do crazy fights with the AWP all over the place. And, they knew that some of the time he would go down and wouldn't win that fight, but then the rest of the 4-man squad would just sort of shrug and say, that's fine. We knew that could happen. Now we're going to play the 4v5 and try and win anyway. Yeah. But that comes down to where the rest of Navi have that mentality, because the problem is if Simple sort of runs off the rails and it doesn't work, and then the rest of Navi is saying, damn, why did he have to do that? Then it's no good. There has to be a mutual understanding that is the plan.
Exactly right. I mean, there was a time when I think Olafmeister kind of just took it, though. It wasn't like it was given to him. It was more just like, actually, I'm just going to be a god now and just run all over the place and clutch and entry and do everything. But it feels like everybody on Fnatic has had kind of that moment. Crims, the ultimate defender. Impossible to shut this guy down in the clutch or in holding on the sides. Look at that. He knows it.
He's in the groove. What kind of tunes is he listening to? Seems to be that there is a sound issue that's being fixed here, so Navi surely going to get right back into it. I prefer for there to be no technical issues, but that is hard to accomplish with 10 players and 10 headsets and 10 mice and 10 keyboard and everything else.
And all the drivers and everything that comes with it.
Or everything else that comes with it. So it's kind of... But if they are going to happen, then it's always better if it's early on in the game. Like, it's really hard when you have tech issues at, 13-13, then that's way more disturbing. Now, there's a natural break in the game anyway now between the pistol, so it has much less impact, I think. And yeah, I wonder, this is such a slow zoom out. We do just have Jumpy there and waiting, but I know Khan is here. Patrick.
Yep, saw him yesterday.
Speaking of 1.6 players, and speaking of people who, you know, I saw Richard was giving a lot of credit, Richard Lewis yesterday, to Gobby and just his work ethic and everything else. Khan obviously working less sort of directly with the team in that sense, but one of the people I've run into in esports that works the hardest.
Well, I mean, yeah, absolutely. The guy is like, I don't know how many miles he's racked up on a plane by now, but
absolute madness.
I mean, it's just like, how do you still have energy, Karn? But his title is pretty dope. Chief Gaming Officer.
Chief
the
Gaming
CGO. It's like he is responsible for the teams and figuring out the players, etc. And while he delivers.
Yeah, it's very interesting. You know, I guess he was one of the early people who came from like the player side and decided to go into like more of the business side of things. And that was like, you know, still in the late 1.6 days that he started to transition. And that's very interesting. Not everyone can do that. Not everyone has a mind for it. He obviously does. So, yeah, still waiting. Edward is saying they're almost ready. They should be good to go in just a couple of seconds here. So I'm excited for it. Back in the game, or it's just going to be the replay. Well, I'm glad we can see this because this is beautiful.
Yeah, those two.
2 bullets, 2 headshots.
Yep. And then he manages to just point blank the next one. Come out, come out. Yeah, Dennis tried to do his best there, but he wasn't able to reproduce the headshot on Edward. And so we are into it now. The second round here in this first half on Mirage. 4 spy coming in from Fnatic with no bomb plant. They're just going to commit to it. And of course, it is going to be a full buy for Navi. They do have 3 SMGs and the 2 rifles and some aggression from Edward, top mid. Unfortunately, that's not where the action is going to be. Very quick play here onto the A side from Fnatic, just exploding out.
Oh, lethal Molotov on JW, forcing him out, but his teammates are there to cover him, so he's going to be able to get the bomb plant at least there. Crim's trying to transition on in. 4 versus 4 with the bomb down. Big win already for the Fnatic team. Now, Navi waiting for Edward to get into position so he can start the retake here. May be able to get a free kill on Crims. That would set it up very nicely. Molotov up into the apartment, sees the one opening up, and Edward now a bit late to the party. They should have probably had him go in first. Now Simple gets a kill as well, so it's still a 2-on-3. Flush are going to be able to go down, and Dennis last to fall. It will be around here for Navi, even though without the kit, man, that was... Oh, wow.
Cutting it so close.
Edward had the kit, so maybe...
No, he picked it up.
C's
was holding onto it, and C's got bulleted over at, I think it was jungle.
Wow.
So I think they were running around looking for it, but then they realized they actually had it if they just got on.
Couple of more seconds, that would have been done.
Well, you know, this isn't NA. This isn't CLG playing.
I mean...
Just gotta throw them under the bus real quick. I mean,
why not?
It's like they're still working on winning titles, but when it comes to titles of like blunders, you know, they're I think you know, CLG, that's gonna be a tough one to live down.
We'll make fun of them for a while, but certainly American Counter-Strike as a whole is looking so much more interesting now, which is
still
nice
alive.
to be able to say it's still alive.
It's still alive. Cloud9 is still alive.
Maybe. Bit out in the open. Yeah, and it's also being joined now by German Counter-Strike out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I had to give it up on that idea.
It was pretty fun talking to Henry, though, yesterday. He's just like, yes, it's nice to see these new teams. I have completely given up on UKCS. It will never happen. It will never happen for us. We just have to accept it.
Let's see. Let's see. Keeping the hope alive. Guardian will take down JW. Another bomb plant coming in for Fnatic. That's great news on them. It's a shame they couldn't get some of these kills. They did a tremendous amount of damage in this round. But overall, they're going to be happy about the money that they have going into the next round, which is going to be just a lot of money. So let's see how this will play out. 3-0 for Navi early on. And are we going to see some great sniping coming out? Right now, nobody on Navi has the AWP picked up, and it seems like nobody will. So that might be an edge for Fnatic in this round if they want to do that on JW.
And JW can commit to it. But it's going to be the AK. AK full nades. Okay. No Molotov, though, from him. Interesting. Or maybe he throws a smoke. He throws a short smoke early. And, no.
Currently all stacked up towards the B hallways, and C's just holding the jump with the UMP. Actually going to be jumping all the way over onto the platform, so yeah, this is not such a bad position. if you get a bit of warning, you throw in that Molotov, you try and throw out a flash and just hope that Edward can get the crossfire on the other side. There's not going to be that much warning, but actually the Molotov is really perfectly timed. Another one coming in as well. It's not looking good here for Fnatic, taking a lot of damage. And Seized manages to fall back, almost gets the kill on Olofmeister, but look at the health that's left on Fnatic. They're so softened up already. Flusher, though, will take one down. So maybe this could be done. 4 versus 3, and Simple with the flank.
Yeah, Simple with the flank, but Crims is in position to deal with this. Although he's going to walk out, he gives it up, doesn't matter. Crims still hits the headshot. Simple is going to be kicking himself. There was a golden opportunity, and now Guardian and Flamey have to start thinking about backing off. There's a 2v4 retake. With an after-plant situation like this for Fnatic, this is a tall order here for Navi when they have no nades to make their lives easier. Well, actually, you know, Fnatic were like, here, have a nade.
Yeah, helping out.
We'll help you out real quick.
Sharing is caring. This is a strange round because Seized did almost everything perfectly then. He didn't get any kills, but the Molotov in, a lot of damage, almost taking Olofmeister down. Like, all of these things are setting up everything perfectly. And then Seized somehow not getting the kill on Crims. It's almost unbelievable because the rest of the guys in kitchen, Guardian and Flamey coming in, they're just waiting for him, you know, to get the opening and then we'll go. Oh, no opening. All right. 3-1, Fnatic. I'm honestly shocked they won that round. It's very impressive.
Yeah, showing a lot of, well, just a lot of coordination and bravery, really. When the call comes through and you're running through flames, you're not feeling too good about the situation. You're taking a lot of damage. And yet Fnatic, they were able to get out there very quickly, and you got to give it to them. That is what they are capable of. They've always had it in them. And so it's plays like that that make Fnatic a world beater. Double AWP in play here for Navi, though. This is how they're changing it up. Simple in connector with his Guardian. It's like a crossfire with ops in mid. That's fun.
And he leaves Seized alone on the bomb site now. Guardian is going to rotate back towards Catwalk, and Simple will pick up the kill on Olofmeister first. That was down in Underpass, so very aggressive coming out here. The Ukrainian sniper.
The thing is, JW is still up in Palace with his AWP. But they have, what, 3 smokes right now for Navi. It's a question of whether or not Simple's going to get caught when he comes back up here, because JW is definitely going to be looking. Although, as I say that, JW is holding a passive angle. Is he expecting aggression?
I think right now, Navi are just saying, you can get the bomb down, that's no problem. We're going to retake it. So that's very common on this map. People don't do it on B because retaking B is just a nightmare, but on A, perfectly possible. It's very hard for the T side to figure out exactly where to stand, and if they have to plant default, then there's almost no positions left to stand on to stop the defuse. So definitely a tough position here. Flamey moving up a bit aggressive, and they are all coming for him. That's a stunning headshot to take down one. He actually gets a second as well, and Grenade gonna rain in. JW's a bit further back than to get killed by it, but still, time is running out. Flamey is just doing all the work in this round, almost getting 3 kills. JW and Crims, how can they make this work? There's one grenade on Edward that can close the whole round.
Absolutely, one good Molotov. They don't have much HP to play with here. The HE just barely dodging them as well. And well, now the time is forcing them. It's forcing their hand. 11 seconds, 10, and the bomb. There's the fake plant, the flash, perfectly done. Making excellent use of their grenades. And Edward will just win the fight straight up versus Crims. But that was some good awareness there from Navi to just communicate, and before going for the peek, get the flash. When you have all of those nades, use them.
Incredibly scary. I was more satisfied with the version of where Flamey was standing behind the toll booth and just waiting there. As soon as he pushes up to the triple box, oh, that's a recipe for disaster. If he goes down, then Simple is going to start to walk in from connector, and he'll be smoked off, and then Fnatic get bomb plant easily, no problem at all. So the fact that Flamey just decided to hit all the headshots, like, well, 1 kill, but then 2 other headshots, is a lot of work being done for him.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like there is a weak point here for Navi. Everybody seems to be able to hit their shots. It's fairly even across the board. Whereas Fnatic are definitely struggling on their side. Flusha, Olofmeister, and JW all sitting with 1 frag right now.
It is early days. Trying to get the shot through the smoke, and Guardian waiting on the other side. Flamey sees the angle over. Still can't win the fight against Dennis. That's interesting.
It's a gaff, a big one. That was a golden shot right there. Now
Yeah.
Edward's been boosted up, and this is a clever angle. Trying to peek and get as much information as possible. Not seeing anybody Delpan or below connector. And in the meantime, this is a rotation back over towards the A site for Fnatic. They have a single smoke grenade to work with right now.
Well, it's better be for Simple. He's at the ticket booth once again, and with the AWP, if you don't throw that smoke in, could tear your whole team apart. 47 seconds here. And there's also a rotation now coming in from Guardians of both the AWPs covering this bomb site and one smoke. Oh no, Olofmeister is going to put it up, and it looks like it's actually not going to be for the bomb site itself. There's Simple, there's Guardian. They walk in before the smoke even blooms. Guardian again, and Simple. Oh my god.
It was like simultaneous as well. Simultaneous shots going out, and Fnatic just get murdered. Yeah, you can't be too happy about that if you're Fnatic. You're thinking that you were going to slow play your way out onto that site behind that smoke. Not going to happen. Not when Navi are fired up. Simple's just like, it's so easy. I just, I kill them all.
I mean, it's a great illustration of a round where the lack of smoke's really making it tricky. The smoke, by the way, was going to land for jungle, so it wouldn't even have blocked off anybody, but it's, you need all that utility, otherwise the double orb is way too powerful, especially when it's Guardian and Simple picking him up. 5-1 is the scoreline. Fnatic's economy broken for a moment here. I would say Fnatic are not a team that's well known at all for using their timeouts well. I think they're one of those teams that just sort of power through and keep forcing it a bit.
Yeah.
I love it if they could just do one and just sort of figure out how to keep going here.
Well, those were the days of Pronax. That's when they were very powerful with their timeouts.
Yeah.
Take a timeout. Oh, all of a sudden they just run it back 10 rounds in a row. Rewrite. Ooh, seized. Wins the duel versus Crims. Headshot there. This is an anti-eco for Navi, and so kind of want to see the rifles getting more of these kills instead of the ops. $100 a frag is not good. But hard eco from Fnatic, so we really should just expect to see them get cut down in waves.
There's a good economy that's beginning to be built here on the Navi side. It's like 6,000 on Guardian, almost 6 on Edward, 4.5 on Seized. Definitely looking more respectable. Not sure, the last one alive. Bit of a weird fight going on at the end of the round, but ultimately going to be more success for Navi as they push their way to 6-1, and we make our way into the 8th round here.
And here we are. This has got to be the timeout called by Fnatic, and there it is, exactly right. Jumpy deciding enough is enough. It's 6-1. We have the big buy round here.
Yeah.
We will have some nades to work with. What is going to be the solution?
There's a lot of options to choose for Fnatic. At least they're not in a position where they've tried everything and, the thing is working. And there's very many options. Something that I would have... Well, it's hard to know. This is one of the problems of Counter-Strike. It's very easy for us to sort of see some of the patterns. But an open question now is, have Fnatic realized that Navi are holding very far back on the A-bomb side? They're not pushed up into apartments. They're not in Shadow. They're not in Sandwich, right? They're not even holding close to the A-ramp or anything. They're back at Ticket Booth, they're back at Connector and Jungle. If you have that, if someone is, and there could be anybody, saying, well, actually, I think they're doing that every round now, then you can get just the default A execute, get the bomb down, get everything working like that. But it's a question of whether or not you have the intel for it, and maybe right now they don't. They certainly seem to be setting up for more of a mid-type play. Simple and Guardian have only died once each. That might change now. Oh my god! He does not even touch the ground before he's dead.
Yeah. Doesn't know what hit him. And a first man, Dennis had already made it across to the boxes. But Simple just so aggressive with his mid-pressure. And this is the kind of freedom that you were talking about, though, Anders. Is that right now, Navi, on CT side, it is important that you get that freedom for that Opper. And it looks like Simple's the one who gets to go into mid and look for these plays.
Oh, I like this way more. He's definitely getting... They've loosened up the leash a bit on Simple. He's got a bit more room to work with. That's good news. Again on A, just... worth noticing they're so far back. The push is going to be for B instead. Molotov comes out, and oh no! They're standing in the middle of it. A lot of damage being put in. Guardian with a shot as well. Olofmeister and Dennis. They need some kills. They need to start doing some damage here. And finally, Guardian goes down. Dennis with the kill as well on Simple. Spray comes in from Seized, and Dennis is just in a world of trouble here. 3 men coming for him, every single angle. Seized in charge of the triple. It's going to make it 7-1, favoring Navi.
Wow, and just in the nick of time, they saved both AWPs as well for Navi. So they don't even have that joy, Fnatic, of really, tapping into Navi's bank. Both of the key rifles get picked up at just the last possible second. And, well, even saving the ops, they're so filthy rich right now, Navi. So Fnatic, they have such a difficult task on their hands. 7-1, the lockdown completely in effect now for Navi. Fnatic going for the half-buy with the Tech 9s. And again, pressure at mid here for Fnatic. And it's just straight up connector, perhaps straight out onto the A side, counting on Flusha perhaps to create some kind of diversion. But then the collateral, so much damage from Simple, and he spots a man on stairs, and of course it's going to be an easy shot.
And Guardian hit the first shot through the smoke on Orb as well. It's ridiculous, but nice comeback here. Flusha getting a kill on Flamey. 3-on-3, obviously all the health and rifles favoring Navi here to make it 8-1. Now it's just Flusha left, and he's at least going to get a kill on Edward. I mean, as a major player, Flusha is definitely up there.
As a clutch player
as well. Clutch player too, yes. Now would be one hell of a time to bring that quality to life.
He has no nades, though. And Guardian's got the angle here. Unbelievable. Hits the headshot regardless, and now it's into the 1v1. Seized is holding close to the connector. Will Flusha be able to figure this out? Seems to have an idea of it. That's he could be luring. Oh my god, the whooping headshot from Flusha! Lifted, let's go. Right there, quad kill, and the 1v2 clutch in the end. Flusha, you monster. 1v3, he kills Edward as well.
That's really quite far out there. I don't know what world we're living in any longer. Maybe it is all just a simulation. 7-2. That's one of the maddest things I've seen in a very long time. I mean, even counting in the madness from the earlier games. 7-2, 10th round coming up here. Guardian trying again for the blind shot, this time not connecting. Navi giving up a big round there. Edward trying for the refract, but JW is a teammate helping out, making sure that Dennis stays alive. Simple is covering the angle, but he's going to get grenaded back, and it's a quite good grenade.
Yeah, I like that grenade a lot from Wolfmeister.
Oh.
Dead on, and right on the edge of the smoke, seized. Doesn't even know it hit him. Crim's instantly out onto the B site. Guardian, however, playing from short. Does he realize this? Yes, he holds. He continues to hold, but yeah, he has no idea. Crims is out on the site already. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, if Crims had looked all the way left, that would have been Guardian dead in a second, but instead he takes one with him. Simple needs some great cross shots here. He actually does the double take and takes down JW instead. 2 versus 3. They're still sticking around. Can they get the retake in? A lot of damage being output now by Fnatic. They have every chance to win this and turn the first half back. Maybe they could start to get into it. There's a great double P. Crims and Olofmeister both. Navi's economy suffering heavily from this loss. Fnatic, the timeout, the comeback, starting to build the rounds.
Absolutely. Well, they still have 9,000 in the bank on Edward, so they can still drop some guns here, and it's not the end of the world for Navi. It's just a question of whether or not it's going to be an AWP that's dropped for Guardian or for Simple, or if they're going to try and prioritize the rifles. 2 FAMASs would do the trick as well.
Yeah, I mean, with this big of a lead, you could give Fnatic 4 rounds, you know? Give them 4, then aim for the 11th. Well, I would. They're really going to continue to put the pressure on.
Clever. He's just this is like a hero buy, basically.
Yeah, I guess. It's all right. I mean, it's sort of risk-free to try and do this.
Simple just had a read. He just knew what was up. But, yeah, this is going to be just the hero M4. A few pistols dropped for Navi, and we'll see. I mean, they've got Guardian, they've got Simple. Both of these guys are to be insane with the Deagle. The Fnatic not out of the woods. And it looks like Fnatic are interested in hitting that B site. JW already scoped up, and it's only seized and Flamey here. Although Edward is rotating quick, and in fact, it looks like Navi are shifting this over into a B stack.
Yeah, they are. And they got the boost again, just like for the pistol round, but Flamey goes down immediately. Now they're getting onto the site quick. Seized gets the one, and it's the one and done. Olofmeister with a double kill. Flusha turning up as well. And Guardian can't even escape this position. Going to be going down. Nice execute from Fnatic. Decisive again, following through. Like, there's no hesitation at all here. That's what you want to see. Now back to the double AWP for Navi. 7-4. We have a game, ladies and gentlemen. We've got it going on here. It's looking sketchy for them. It looked like Fnatic were just going to get blown up, but not so for the Swedish team. They're going to keep fighting.
Never say die. Let's see just the state of things here. It is going to be the op, and Edward with the op to start things off. That was a little confusing. Hands it back over to Simple. And JW very quickly into pit, takes a lot of nade damage, but if you can convert this into a kill, this would be huge. The only issue is that Simple now changes it up. It's going to be the smoke, and JW, no reward here, unless he barely spots out Simple. That was right on the edge.
It's really clever play. Flamey has been doing a great job on this A-bomb side, defending it. Picking up a quick headshot, but Olofmeister, actually, he's coming in from the apartments. Crim's also sneaking into jungle here, and Simple trying to make the cross on over. They are all ready to take this bomb site. Crim's getting a kill. Simple with the refrag on Olof, dropping the bomb and buying more time for Navi to get into this retake. It's 3-on-3. The bomb being picked up now. Flusher making a lot of noise, and Simple sneaking in with the AWP right on the edge of the smoke. This is so dangerous. Did they hear the scope? Flusher trying to fall back. The bomb is planted, but there's Simple sneaking in with a kill. What a risk to take. The grenade dead on Crim's head. And now JW goes down to Guardian. A great retake here for Navi. That's such a risk for Simple to take.
Absolutely, but it works. And he makes it look easy in the end. Calls it perfectly. You think that somewhere he is thinking that he can actually push past that smoke and pick the man off on the site, but instead the patience, he is rewarded for it. 2 key frags for Simple in that retake. It turns out that Navi are also capable of going for the double op retake and making it look good. So no problems at all. 8-4. And well, Fnatic just got their bells rung. Is JW going to recommit with the AWP here? Is he feeling it? And it doesn't look like it. It's looking like it's going to be more of an explosive strategy coming through here for the Swedes.
This is such brilliant play from Simple. What a madman. 14 kills as well. He's doubling the kills of anybody right now on Fnatic. This is why he's considered one of the most aggressive and dangerous players in the world, if not even best. 13 rounds in. Edward boosted up, trying to look over the smoke. Just a lot of smokes here. What?
Thing is that if he jumps up here, no, Dennis isn't on Delpan, so that's not going to be an issue. Eventually, there's Olaf, and Olaf, what a shot!
He read that very well. Dennis trying to hug the wall and not expose himself to that ticket booth where you've got to be careful as well. Simple is there, but also Flamey holding both on the same spot. Fnatic right now have a great opening. There's a bit of an aggressive setup from Guardian over here, so if he can get the first kill, and he can indeed, taking down JW. Oh man, that makes things a bit tricky now. Dennis, though, could still crack it wide open. Easy kill on Flamey. Now Navi have a tough decision to make. Like, how do they rotate behind this? They know Dennis is covering jungle, so retaking A is going to be tricky. Maybe it'll all come down to Simple again.
Yeah, and the Oppers really are the backbone of Navi right now. And Simple has shown that he is more than capable. A shot, a distraction? Are you kidding? How next level is that? There's no way that Olaf takes a shot from pit to distract him. That would be too good.
No chance. I mean, one kill from Dennis, just sneaking into connector, getting the kill on Flame, and that's it. They're locked in at that point in time. Only thing that could work out is if Simple would have got like a double kill, or maybe even more than that. Very interesting. 5 rounds for Fnatic. We'll see what happens now. If they can keep on to the rifles here on the Navi side, because they desperately need them. They've got no money at all in the bank. A bit on Guardian, but considering that we're nearing the end of the half, you want to save these rifles desperately. They can make the difference. Well, one of them isn't going to be saved. Seized will at least get to keep his, but not what they were looking for here. Wow.
No, when you're talking about the Oppers being the backbone of a team and then you lose the op, that's a little unfortunate. Now Guardian, I mean, he is a terror with the rifles as well, but that one-shot kill potential, that's what they need right now. They have it in the form of an AK, but you really want to see Simple and Guardian re-equipped. 8-5, and Fnatic, of course, fighting back, never giving up. And well, I mean, Edward has had a rough time so far. These past few rounds, he is just losing all of his duels.
Seized the AK on the bomb side. That's just too many targets. JW will run him down. 3 versus 4. And they're doing a fine job at the moment, trying to see if they can get the last couple of rounds in here in the first half. 8-5 right now. Very well done. Some pistols were picked up in this round for the Navi team, so they had a chance, but they just weren't expecting that kind of speed out of the Swedish side. We're going into the 15th round here. They'll have enough money on Guardian, I think, to buy the AWP, so that's good news. Simple is very low on cash. That's a big issue. Edward, oh, if he could save the AK, that would be nothing short of perfect, and I think he will be able to, so that one they need, because otherwise Simple has nothing in the next round. That's huge.
These are the kinds of saves that will actually make the difference. You're right, Simple, now he can have an AK or an M4. It's probably just going to be the M4 handed over to him. But that's fine. And they will have to buy last round of this first half, 8-6. Navi desperate to get that 9th round on the board. And they have the tools. They're very light on nades, that's for sure. But they have that op on Guardian. In the meantime, Olafmeister is taking over the opping duties for Fnatic. He's got the spawn for Pit as well. Is he going to go for it? Is he going to be that bold? No, the flash, perfectly timed, forces him back. But in mid, the action is coming through. Edward barely making it out.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble. Grenade there to finish him off. Getting caught just a bit. Flame here on Connector. They're right next to him. He's got some backup in Simple, but this is a really big commitment for Navi. Fighting close range could go horribly wrong. Jump there to spot out Flusher. That's very clever. Simple now. Flash in. Is Flamey going to peek behind it as well? The flash is there, and Simple gets the kill on Dennis and escapes. JW trying to peek it, but Simple with another headshot, low on health. He still makes it work, and now it's all on Crims. They know that Flamey is there, and they can't punish it. Bomb is dropped as well.
Minute left for Crims to work with. Simple on 1 HP. But, yeah, this is going to be tough for Crims. He gets to kind of contemplate the meaning of life right now for a while. And what you do in a 1v4 with 50 seconds versus a fired up Navi.
Simple's got 1 health and he's waiting for the triple, looking the right way, and there it is. Absolutely great read from him. 17 kills for him as well, I believe, at the end of this first half. That's just a hell of a lot. How do you deal with that? Fnatic have nobody that's batting in this range right now. Absolutely nobody. Him and Guardian are running away with the game. Seized. We talked about this. Him not having good games in the group stage. Him having a bit of a hard time. He's playing very well too. Right behind Guardian. Let's see what happens here. 9-6 in the first half. I think the main takeaway is that Fnatic did enough. They did not get swept. They bought themselves plenty of chances here.
Yeah, they saw their opportunity. They managed to weaken Navi's mind. Their mental game suffered on Navi's side, and Fnatic definitely took advantage of it. 9-6, and we count down into the second half. Crims going for the kit, as per usual with the smoke. And it's going to be Guardian going for the utility here on Navi's side. Kit, well, no. Kevlar picked up for Simple. Let's see. B-Rush? YOLO?
With the smokes and the flashbangs, it's not at all a bad idea. 1 good smoke down, and then the flashbangs to follow. Looks like they're going to put the smoke down towards Catwalk instead. That could get interesting. Does land, flashbang is in. What the hell is going on? Dennis, what are you doing? Another headshot taking down Flamey. Is he an actual robot now? Guardian and Simple and left. There's no recovery from this. Someone get on the VAC system and check what's going on. That's so mad. Guardian just... The bomb is over there, but they have to cross. Crims hitting a headshot. You would never want to peek this angle again, and Olafmeister takes a headshot as well. Mother of God, what did we just see?
Dennis is ridiculous. And this is where I'm really happy that you have the delay, Anders, because we get to watch it again.
I don't know if I want to see that one more time.
Dude, nah, that's so fast. Dennis is unbelievable. He got the 1 kill for Fnatic in the pistol run in the first half. But that... It's like, yeah. He's just that fast. Seized.
That is out of this world, isn't it?
It's so sick to watch him play with pistols, man. USPs all day for Dennis. All right. Well, Fnatic, this bodes well for them. They've picked up the pistol. They're primed to lock down this second round as well. Crims and Flusha making a bit of noise over there on the A site. In the meantime, Edward sees Guardian. It looks like it's going to be through that connector that they want to go, Flamey and Simple. With the bomb still back in T-spawn. Just looking for that opening pick here. Who's going to overstep on Fnatic's side?
Well, now the game is most definitely on. It was looking so bad for Fnatic. They've brought it right back. This is amazing. Very likely they can tie up the scoreline here, make it 9-9. Now, then they have the rifles. They've got the AWP probably at that point on JW. Like, the path is cleared for them right now to do a great job. Crims goes for the fight. Oh, Flamey waiting on the other side, though, with the Deagle. Going to be able to take him down. Flusher takes some time, but he will get the kill. Flamey wants to run in and punish it. That's actually a great idea, but unable to for this particular fight. Oh, Flamey with a headshot. Flamey with one more headshot. Triple Deagle kill. He's got a couple of bullets left. Finally has to reload, but now they know where Flusher is. Simple gets a kill. It's falling apart, and how could it even be true? JW goes down to Edward, and Navi fight their way back. I'm blown away by this game. How does day 4 start off like this?
We're just talking about some of the most skilled teams in the world, Anders. We're getting the joy of watching some of the finest craftsmen ply their trade. And in this case, headshots with the Deeg, Flamey, they were beautiful. And Crims is going to be sick just because he is the one he oversteps looking for that fight, and it all rolls out of control from there. And now it's Fnatic who are the ones who are going for the force buy here. JW prioritizing the op. It looks like he's holding on to a bit of cash, but the rest of them, they've thrown everything into this.
Just Flamey before that round had 7 kills. Now he's up to 10. So you one round like that to probably, I mean, at least likely change the outcome of the match. Like that's insane.
That's like, again, what's happening here is weird. The pistol round won, and for a while their teams were getting so good at dealing with the anti-ecos. But again, we see the situation where you win the pistol and then you just get hard reset immediately. So now, quite a bit of pressure here on the Swedes to stay alive in this. Guardian is going to walk right into Olofmeister. Sure, it turns out that Olofmeister can hit Deagle shots as well. Finds the headshot on Guardian to start. He will get caught by Simple, however, and so they bring it right back to a 4-on-4 here, Navi. They still have control.
And they had him locked in with Seized and Underpass, and the smoke in windows, so Seized could actually push up there. So there's at least Navi are getting refrags here, which is important. It was a bit scary. Oh, JW at the edge, just a USP. As the smoke was fading, that's gotta be annoying.
Why not? Crims with the 5-7 up close from Shadow as well can just do so much damage here. He's got a flash. Flash to work with, but he gets caught going up the balcony. Will he be able to get the flash out in time? Yes, of course. Oh, Flamey turns back into it. Crims had a chance, but he doesn't realize that he stays pinned in there, and now it's only a matter of time until he gets weeded out. But this has caused time here for rotations from Fnatic. They're into CT now. Dennis and Flusha, both of them looking for a chance.
Looks like they want to boost on top of that box, and you could definitely do that, but not too much effect this time. Navi, even though it's a 3-on-3 in a pretty good position. JW, though, has picked up an M4 in the middle. He doesn't have any armor, but he does have a Molotov as well that he's stolen, and he's going to get the first kill right now. Goes for a bit more. Oh, he didn't see Edward, otherwise he could have used the Molotov to force him out. Flusher gets a headshot on one, and he's got the kit. Can he fake him out? He's going to go straight for the defuse, and Edward is not really realizing he's offered again. Flusher, he could have won the round already. Now he's going to go for the fight, and he does it anyway! Flusher with the C75, another classic, and another round for Fnatic, bringing it back. Oh my god, this game, it's got everything right now. Just a quick point. When Crims is hiding there in shadow, I'm kind of shocked that they don't just wallbang him down. I think people make the mistake of thinking that box is a really thick one, and it isn't. That box is paper thin. It isn't like solid wood all the way. It's just like
2 planks.
Yeah, it's just like 2 planks with air in. So even with a Glock, you can shoot through it, and it does a lot of damage. So sort of shocked that he was allowed to live that long. But anyway, 10-8 at the 19th round. What a roller coaster this is.
Yeah, Fnatic giving us a little bit of a history lesson here. Do you remember, Navi, how it used to be? We force every round, and we win.
Yeah, Navi probably have PTSD from that experience already, so don't want to go back there. Crims hiding by the ticket booth. The Swedish team really giving us a lot of action here. Flamey now in sandwich, pushed up quite far. Aggressive round coming out of Navi here with limited equipment. Flamey with a double spray. They stand right in front. And Dennis and Flusher are already down and out. Flamey wants more, but JW put an end to the madness for the moment at least. Olofmeister picking up Seized Edward, who had managed to sneak his way into jungle. And now, great open bomb plant here. A great opportunity for Navi to win this round. Surely, are they just going to keep trading rounds?
It's going to go back and forth, mate. Although JW does find the shot on the Guardian. 2-on-2 now. Bomb is a ticking. The and they have the kit alive on Crims. But Simple, what an angle from him, just holding right on the edge, gets the headshot on JW, not going to be able to flick it onto Crims, but still Edward's got full HP, and Crims knows that he needs to hit a sick shot right now, trying to bait some kind of reaction here out of Edward, and sure enough, Edward's going to walk right into it, and it's another clutch for Fnatic. Thank you, PGL, for showing us the reactions there. Seized, speaks a lot with his hands, and you saw it right there that you know they thought they had it, and there it is, the timeout.
This is too much, isn't it? I can hardly believe it. The wallbang shot from JW to take down Guardian through the box, and then that little trick there at the end from Crims.
It's Edward. Edward just peeks right into it. This is not Edward's day.
He probably is just thinking, I just want to see if he's actually defusing or not, right?
Yeah,
like
the flash to cover the sound.
Yeah, he's not thinking about the AWP probably, especially because he's playing Crims, so at this kind of a beginning...
Flash, they just gotta...
It's just impossible to predict the outcome of these rounds. This is so mad. Olaf getting fired up. Everybody's excited now. The scoreline is 10-9, slightly favoring Navi, but if you take economy into the account, it's almost nothing here. They're going to force into the round. They got the double AK, they got the Tech 9 to the Deagle. Navi want to keep the fight. They want to keep this level up. And it looks like it might be another quick round. And a bit of an issue potentially for Crims, who's standing by that triple box. It's way out in the open. If they rush him down and smoke off everything else, he's going to have too much on his hands.
Yeah, he's got nowhere to go. But it looks like that was the signal to go. The smokes are already heading out onto the site, and Crims now crouched in the corner. He is alone. He is on an island right now. JW, all he can do is try and put shots through and hope that he can help his mate out, get the timing right, but it's not going to be enough here. Navi, behind the flashes, go barreling in, and it's on Crims now. 1 for 1. That's what he's looking for, and he's not even going to get that. Flamey finds him first.
So many openings brought to you by Flamey at this point in time. Not that long ago, a rising superstar himself, but he's made it all the way at least a couple of times. Edward holding behind with a Deagle. Flusher. Looks like he's got the angle dead. Oh my god! Edward still gets the kill, and Simple's going down next to Dennis. It's a 4 versus 3. That bomb ticking, and it's planted in a great position here. Very hard to retake if you're Fnatic. Dennis trying to see if he can sneak his way in. Olaf Meister just with the FAMAS, and now gonna come jumping right down the ladder. Dennis is gone, but he did there a little bit. Olaf with the kill on 1. JW missing the shot. He's not gonna have many more chances, and Olaf Meister picks up another one, but they don't have time for the defuse. They have to run. Navi win it back. They're just trading rounds all over this place. This second half is just the ultimate roller coaster ride. Hope nobody has motion sickness at home, because this is going to go out of control now. 11-9.
But for those who have a long memory, they remember when it used to be this fierce, this close, back and forth, 4 spies left and right, and never really knowing who was going to come out on top until somebody finally got their backs broken.
The aim punch. How is that even possible? I didn't even think about that, but he got aim punched.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. It's like this is just chaotic. I'm not going to say it's as good as it gets, but it is definitely pretty good.
No, we don't want to call that yet, because some of the, potentially some of the most fiery matchups are coming later today. I mean, this is supposed to be the early, slow and start, you know, to get the teams that have been struggling in the group and, you know, see how they do. And then every single match is down to the wire. All of them just so tense. Navi and Fnatic both fighting to stay alive in the major tournament. This is, well, almost too much excitement. Fnatic going for more aggressive setup over on A. So Sandwich and Shadow. That means they have very limited mid-control, and that's... If Navi can figure this out in the next 15 seconds, they don't have much time, but then they can exploit it, try and get the crunch on the B or A bomb side for that matter.
40 seconds left, though. Now the pressure into mid from Guardian and Edward. Trying to see if they can sow some discord here. Misinformed Fnatic on what is going to happen next. The smoke goes down top connector, though. That's going to be a bit of a signal here. Fnatic, you can see JW starting to inch back towards towards the window. He needs to actually get back in through kitchen. Flush is rotating as well, and the push is about to begin with only 20 seconds left. Point blank sees doing work. It's actually Dennis who finds a headshot. He trades places.
Through the smoke, he's still got some bullets there. Flusher gets a kill. Now we're going to be turning around. Dennis gets a shot with the AK, and it's all done somehow. Fnatic come out on top. This is unbelievable. They have the C set 75 in apartments and B hallways down on a catwalk. Olaf is holding with a FAMAS.
Yeah.
If the B crunch comes, that's almost as bad as it gets if you're Fnatic. And they still come out with a win, making it 11-10.
It's that late, though. That one smoke, it just gave away so much. Fnatic instantly reacted as soon as they see that smoke go down top of connector as well. So you're just blocking it out, not jungle, not nothing like that.
When we get back in the game, if we bring up the scoreboard once the timeout is done, you'll see that the rounds just go back and forth. I mean, at one point, Fnatic won 2 consecutive rounds, but then it just trading again and again and again.
Oh, and this is it.
Navi, though, they didn't get the bomb plant down. Forcing now would be probably a mistake.
Exactly. And this is it.
But, wait, Guardian and Flamey buying Deagles? I guess they know they maybe have to go for more of an eco anyway.
It's they're trying to hedge, I guess, versus 2. I mean, with how close these rounds have been. Look at this. Now we're getting Kevlars, we're getting smokes.
Oh, wow.
What is this round?
Oh, wow.
They're all over the place right now. They're committed to the double eco now. Unless they can get a bomb plant, they're going to be very limited, and Fnatic have a chance to take the lead here, 11-10 in favor of Navi. But Fnatic, they can tie it up, unless Edward gets the shot on Dennis, getting greedy, going for the peek and underpass. Perfect headshot angle there for Edward to take advantage of.
4 versus 5, simple. Managed to sneak his way in. It looks like Flusher is well aware that something is up, and he's going to call him for backup from JW. Almost getting jumped there. Nice refrag from C's, though. Will give Navi an edge. They also have the AK now. Oh, no. If this keeps going back and forth, as a general rule, the CT side is going to lose out more heavily than the T side. They need more equipment, and their guns are a bit more expensive. Olofmeister, perfect position to take care of Edward. He's going to do that. Now Flamey next in line, and he's going to get it. A great double for Olof. He survives on a single point of health. But he's got the bomb somewhere over there. He doesn't really realize that yet, but... Oh, wait. Seized? Oh, he's managed to sneak his way in. Missed shot from JW. Don't ever do that again.
There's a chance. There's a chance. And in the meantime, Guardian is working his way through CT. Sadly, he crim spots him. This should be a dead Guardian in just a moment. The hate punch works out, and JW finds a shot on Seized over on the B site. And there was a chance, there was a dream there for a moment, Navi, hoping to be able to capitalize off of Edward and Seized's frags, but it just wasn't enough. And so, actually, a fairly decent anti-eco there for Fnatic. And so they can get just a little bit of breathing room when it comes to the money.
That's going to tie up the scoreline. 11-11. Navi, they can keep forcing if they want, but at this point, I would say just bank on all the rest of it. Get the AW if you can, or at least the AKs. The stubbornness of Fnatic have paid off. They've really had their heads under the water for a very long time in this match, and now finally, it seems like they're able to breathe just a little bit. Simple in the middle, no chance at all here. The Swedes are fighting back. Some of the best Counter-Strike in the world is absolutely and always has been Swedish. All right, now we're seeing a good example of why that is. Simple. All they have to do is play around the bomb. It's in the A-bomb side. Just he has to go and pick it up eventually. Wait for that to happen.
The messed up smoke, though. Could that give him some time, some kind of chance to work with here? He has a minute. And now he's up connector as well. Flusha going to go for the peek. He's recovered the AWP, and that should pretty much end it. Yep. Goes for the peek. Easy shot there for Simple, who's trying to bait out a reaction.
24 kills on Simple as well, so he's doing just a lot of work. He's 10 kills ahead of anybody else on his team.
He's been there for a while, though, you know? Like, he's been at the 20s for a good long while now. And so it's tough to see that he's tapping out just a little bit.
Yeah, but still.
I mean, yeah, it's just like, okay, he's doing really good because he's above the 20s, but like, where are the rest of his team to back him up? The Guardian, the Flamey. We need Edward as well.
12-11. Fnatic again putting consecutive rounds on the ball. That's 3 in a row for them. It's been a lot of force-ups from Navi to try and keep the pressure on now. Well, that's one hell of a grenade. Edward down to 48. Not the best way to get started. Flamey also down to 60 here. If Fnatic can win this round, they might just cruise into a victory here. I mean, again, mind-bending Counter-Strike. Navi, they want to move on, obviously. They need to win 5 more rounds here to make it a bit further and knock Fnatic out of the tournament. For right now, Fnatic are putting on their foot and saying that's not going to happen. No, sir. Bit of a lonely defender over at the A side, which is Krims down in shadow. He's getting a bit of backup in JW. So this setup is really great. I like this setup because once JW fires the AWP, it becomes very hard and all your focus is on that. And then the double push into B apartments on the other side. Fnatic, they're rolling the dice right now, and I think they might come up with a very, very good result.
Yeah, this was some classic Fnatic going for the aggressive pushes on the extremities of the map. Olofmeister now going to be way back in T-spawn so early on, and Dennis, he's just going to catch Seized unawares. No way that Seized expects somebody to come up from behind him like this. And sure enough, there's the opening kill. That's Navi's signal to go and try and get in there, but Krims point blank will drop Flamey. And this is looking fantastic now for Fnatic. The spray in from Dennis as well, and it's just kills left and right. Navi, well, there's always going to be Simple to find his frags, sure enough, but it's not enough here.
Completely outplayed. No other way to put it. 2 seconds left, and at least he gets a kill. Simple, please don't peek this any longer. That is not a good idea. He's going to be able to live through the round, and it will be Fnatic at 11 to 13 of them. This is just incredible. And the risk that it is to push in like that into the apartments, definitely very scary. Allowed them to do everything they needed to do. But now we had no idea. It's the last tactical timeout being called here for the CIS team.
You have to go for it now.
They got to keep the focus really high.
I mean, this is Andy, basically, the coach, the analyst for Navi, who's behind him right now. This is his chance to have a bit of a chat and see what they can do differently here. Or is it just a chance to breathe? No, it is Andy talking a lot here.
Well, time is almost out. Whatever it is they've come up with, it's going to be one hell of a strategy or one hell of a call, because they are near the end of the rope. Fnatic have such a good lead on their hands. They've got the economy, and Navi just, they really don't have a lot. They're going to invest into this round. Simple obviously saving the AK-47. They've got 3 smokes and a Molotov, so is this going to be the time when it finally works for them to strat to crack open the A-bomb site?
Double HE. Oh man, Guardian is counting his lucky stars. That was a fun setup there. Well, still, now it is going to be on Navi. The nades go sailing in. They've got the flashes as well. Guardian waiting for his signal to go, but of course an incendiary is going to go down, buying a little bit more time here for Fnatic, delaying things further. The rest of Navi waiting behind Guardian, and these smokes, they're ticking away. They will start clearing here in a moment's time. And Krims, there we go, finally collects his frag.
Bomb is being planted in front, and Krims trying to guess the angle, but at least that much has been accomplished. They're Simple with one, Seized with the next, and they're challenging JW. He's already got the one, a headshot as well, taking down Edward. Again, JW with a triple, and Simple the last one left out in the open, quad kill. And JW shutting out Navi, one step closer to victory and one step closer to knocking out Navi here. 14-11. What an amazing quad kill there, just point perfect. Every single peak is exactly how you would want it. Puts him up to 17 kills as well.
Yeah, they're so even across the board over on Fnatic. I mean, they're ahead in rounds, but everybody is within a frag of each other. 3 on 17, 2 on 16. It's kind of silly. Whereas everybody but Simple is at 14 frags on Navi. Simple getting those exits, man, it makes the difference.
Once you pick up those 2 kills towards jungle, you think that's it. You know, just JW close range with the AWP. We can surely take him out. But it doesn't work out like that. Dennis, a bit scary for the moment, but Krims is there with a great kill. Now he's in a lot of trouble trying to dodge. He still does an incredible amount of damage. Flamey's got one in return. There's Flusher going down to Guardian. The action is resumed. There's no pauses anymore now. They've just got to go all in here. And now we are fighting for their lives after being ahead for so long in this match. Finally, Fnatic have taken them over, and it's a 3-on-3. The bomb still sneaking its way out. Guardian getting taken down by Olofmeister, and now they're blocked in. Seized with a good headshot, and Olof still fighting here. Dennis is down, and now it's all on Olof.
Why are they fighting? Why are they fighting? The questions here. They had the nade spirit. They had everything there. Fnatic to play it quiet and to let Navi hang themselves. Navi had no nades left to get onto that bomb site. Instead, Fnatic feeling like perhaps they had it within their hands there, within their grasp to end this match. They look for the duels, and that gives Navi another chance. AWP Sage for Guardian. And well, all the bank is gone again for Fnatic. All of that nice cushion they've been developing this whole time. And once again, we find ourselves in a situation where both of these teams are pretty much dead even.
The ride was going so smoothly for the Swedes. It was just sunshine and everything was working out great. And JW trying to get them back on that same track here, taking down Guardian. It's going to be the smoke for jungle from Edward. Might be able to put a bit of pressure on Fnatic on this side. Flusher wants to get back and make sure no one is being boosted into the window here. So they've got the mid control, yes, but they're also down a man, and that's going to be a problem.
Using a lot of their utility here. They only have the 2 smokes left after that play. Smoke just now clearing a connector means that Flamey can start poking around over here, seeing if anybody was holding aggressive. That's not the case. Fnatic and JW gets the peak. Toll booth play down into connector, finds Flamey, and a 2-man advantage now for Fnatic in this key round for Navi. All 3 members now for Navi pretty much need to just go together. Seized is all the way over in B Apartments. He couldn't be farther out of the action right now than if he was in the middle of Siberia.
And Crimson Shadow, JW by the ticket booth. This is the same setup as previously. It worked so well. They have to get rid of JW. Oh, no.
Seized that one nade that he just threw. He just threw a smoke. Look at this rotation. Over-rotating by Fnatic.
Yeah. Crim's buying time to bring it back, but you're absolutely right. That was about to be a fatal mistake. Crim's Molotov out, he has to peek, and he almost takes down Edward, but Fnatic, did they give too much? Was that the one mistake that they just could not afford to make? Grenades are now in, and JW trying to get on top of the box here. 10 seconds left. Where's the bomb plant going to come from? Finally, they're trying to make it happen. Flusher gets one, but the bomb is planted at least. And Simple, he's been the hero round after round, and he might just have to do it again. It's a 1-on-4 for Simple. There's one flick, taking down Flusher. They're coming in from every angle. He's out in the open, looking for the 1 kill. There's a second, trying to see if he can pick up the AK. Instead, it's a 1-on-2. He sprays, and oh! He's going to go down. Dennis to clutch the round for Fnatic. It's so close, but not close enough. 15 rounds for Fnatic. One more, and they're going to knock Navi out. Oh, my God.
Anything is possible when it comes to Simple. 10 HP left. That's all that man had on Fnatic's side. But it is match point now for Fnatic. 15-12. And Navi, it's now or never. This is the mid duel between JW and Guardian at the beginning. JW just too quick. When JW, it looked like he was feeling it in the beginning, in the first half, when Fnatic were on T side. He actually let the op go back over to Olofmeister here on the CT side. You can tell there's a bit more of a comfort level. And now Navi, they're done with A. It's time to head over towards this B site. 4 players on A for Fnatic right now. Crims and Flusha pushing aggressive, and Pit and Palace leaves Olofmeister alone with the FAMAS.
Yeah, but they're going to realize any second now. Every second that ticks is working against Navi at the moment. This really aggressive setup is killing Navi. Oh, 3 men rotating in now. It's going to be more even then.
Smoke goes down bottom connector as well. And Flusha is spotting for this, but now begins the push. Olofmeister, Dennis, and JW, all 3 of them here on the B site. Crims is going to be flanking very quickly now, and it's all on Navi. Can they find the opening kill? No, it's Dennis to deliver, but Guardian is there to trade. They know where Dennis is playing from, but he still takes another with him. And JW misses the shot. There it was, the key.
That might have done it. There's still a secondary option, which is flank. That's going to be coming in from Crims. He's hot on their heels now. With the bomb down and clock ticking, they're just waiting for him. He can't make too much noise. He has to sort of walk a bit slowly. He's checking all the corners, and it is taking quite a while here. More time than I would prefer at the moment. Navi holding on to their tournament lives here against Fnatic, who have just embarked on an epic comeback. There's Flusher getting the kill on C's. Not much left now. Simple gets another one, but he's trapped in the corner. He's going to go down, and Fnatic will make their way through 16-12 against Navi, knocking them out of the tournament and extending their own lives just a bit further. What a team and what a story. We were definitely doubting them, and they showed us that was a big mistake. Swedish Counter-Strike is still alive, ladies and gentlemen. It's still here.
Unbelievable that this roster is still able to accomplish so much by staying alive in the tournament, by dashing Navi's hopes on the ground. ruthless. And while you can tell the disappointment, a lot of shining eyes over there on Navi's side. And while they got so far in Cologne as well, and you could tell that they were shattered at their loss there, and to not make it out of the groups here at the Major, this is a disaster for Navi.
Absolutely is. Laughs there on the Fnatic side. Obviously, the tension so high that there was 100 different ways that could have been the other way. Just look at the beginning of this half where they're just trading rounds left and right. All of the time, it's down to 2v2s, 1v1s. Simple ending up at, I think, 30 or 29